Taylor.
We might as well start. So, our next guest. I know the last introduction was a bit kind of rushed and all that, so I'm going to leave a proper one this time. Our next guest is literally the voice of a generation. She was the original English voice of Ash Ketchum. And a million other roles that I can't think of right now because, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, please, raise the roof. Blow these walls off. For Veronica Taylor!
Yourselves. You guys are amazing. And to be here, thank you so much for coming. I cannot tell you how honored I am to be invited. And also with this turnout, I'm just blown away. I also haven't slept for quite a long time, as I'm sure many of you have not either. So, well, let's just see where this goes. I don't normally speak in front of such an amazingly creative, imaginative, and exuberant group of people. Oh, I don't mean that, but if you want me to call you that, I will, in the most positive way. So, I guess we're here to just chat. I'm Veronica Taylor. Most people know I played Ash on Pokemon and May and Ash's mom and April and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and you know, yada yada yada. I like that Justin Bieber there, it's really disconcerting, but I'm so glad it came out. Talks have been going. Do you want to start asking questions? And we can kind of go from there. Is that, I don't have any, hold on one second. Oh, if you want to form a queue, we can ask if that's the best way to do that. Or, okay, if that's a good way. That sounds good to me. Yeah, great. So I'm happy to answer questions. We can talk about whatever, wherever is convenient. If you have a loud voice, we can call, I don't know how.
Shout out people, come on, ask a question.
Yeah, that's good. My favorite Pokemon is Pikachu. Definitely, and I also really admire the woman who voices Pikachu. If you listen to Pokemon with just the Pikachu soundtrack, it's amazing what she can do with just that one word. And that also is why I love Pikachu. Yes? When we started on Pokemon, we all auditioned for the show and we're like, well, let's, you know, see. I had worked on Slayers before that, which was an incredibly fun show to work on. But, you know, we went to videotape at that time. And, you know, so everyone's like, well, we'll see what happens with this show. I mean, who knows? And plus, Ash was named Casey in the beginning, and then he was named Ash, and we were going, Ash, you know, I don't know, how is this going to fly? But then we also were, and still are, working in a booth alone. So I would go to work, and the engineer is there, and the director is there, and that's it. And we work away for hours on the show, and then I go home. And then we come back the next day, and we had no idea how it was even coming together. And then it came on, at least in the United States, at 6 a.m. Then it was moved to 6:30. And so we were all very excited, but at the same time, going to work in a little closet, essentially, we had no idea that anyone else was watching the show other than we who worked on it. So no, none of us knew at all that it would have such global appeal. But I think a show like this, where it really is about friendship and about trust and working together, and even, especially for Ash, who I think is always so positive, and no matter what the situation is, he doesn't say, oh, we'll never make it. He says, how can we work through this? And I think that's one of the reasons it has such global appeal. Also, the fact that no one's parents understood the show. You know? And so you have this way of coming together with people from all over the world, and your own secret language in a way, which I think was amazing. Yes?
What does it feel like to be a role model that invested in this room?
Well, it is really quite overwhelming. I have to say that, you know, especially Ash is one of the characters that I've really held closest to my heart, and I really believed in him and kind of lost myself in him. And so the fact that he was so positive made me more positive and made me start thinking more about how my actions affect others. And I think also, I don't work on the show anymore, but it makes me think about what else can I create that can possibly encourage creativity and imagination, which you guys all have, but so many kids don't. And so I'm constantly trying to figure that out, and that was germinated with Ash. So, and I thank all of you. I mean, gosh, I just did my best, you know? So thank you for, I guess, appreciating that. Who has the mic? That sounds good. Thank you. Okay, you.
What was it like being Ash with Tia and May and David at the same time?
Yeah, well, you know, it all depends on how many lines we would have. So on shows where there were a lot of guest characters, I would have fewer lines. But we always, because we're dubbing, we're you know, syncing to the lip flap, we would go through the whole show. I'd go through as Ash, and then I'd go back and do all of May. And then, so I never had to, and then I never had to do the lines simultaneously. Other shows I work on, if we do it prelay, which is without the picture, you have to switch characters line by line. But with this show, we could go your whole character all the way through. So it wasn't bad, and I hate to say, but I love having scenes with myself. Super fun. Yeah, so it was good. Who has the mic? Okay, go ahead.
How did it feel to come back to work on the fourth and fifth season of Slayers after such a long time and past the third?
Well,
They got all the original actors back.
yeah, it was amazing, and Slayers was such a fun show, and especially playing Amelia, who, seriously, her voice is so high that it would give me a bit of a buzz, you know, and I would walk out of work just kind of floating on air, and to be able to come back to that show it was really a gift, and super fun, but we compacted it into such a short amount of time. When we first did this series, we kind of, I don't know, maybe we did 2 episodes a week, kind of, and it spread out. Here we did many all at once. There was someone who did Amelia before me. Yeah, I don't know who it was. I don't know, I think she moved away. And then I just auditioned for it and got cast in it. So I don't know who it was because she didn't live in New York anymore, so I never met her. I probably should have looked into that. But yeah, it was really, really fun. Yeah, we would bump into each other coming and going, so it was nice. It would be nice if we had kind of a party and watched it all together, because I haven't seen the final version of it yet. But oh yeah, thank you. It was really great. Oh, thanks. That was definitely due to Funimation really putting the effort into doing it, because I think they did a Slayers before where they used other people. So I don't know. I didn't listen to it. Yes?
My question is, do you think Ash and friends are kind of stupid if they still can't see through Team Rocket's disguises?
Do I think Ash and his friends are stupid because they can't see through Team Rocket's disguises? Well, no, I'd have to say no. Because, you know, we suspend your disbelief. But also, I think down underneath it, there's some sort of weird challenge that they all rise to, that competition. Don't we all have that competition in our lives where we still kind of, you know, try to one-up our brothers or sisters or best friends or some things like that? So I don't really look at it that way. I think I just see it as, oh, not again, like in Scooby-Doo. You know, they always go and find something, if not for those silly kids. So no, I don't think so. Yes?
Any tips for people who want to break into voice acting?
I think, first of all, if you want to be a voice actor, I think you really need to want to be an actor.